As we do take 2. A Daldril. On Greece. No CVs. 2 DD game. Not bad. And potentially 1, if not 2 radars. So nothing really to worry about. Tube streamer. Yeah. Feels bad, man. But yeah, so I think A cap is nice. You have a Des Moines there, so obviously it's going to be strong. I love going C cap because I love winning destroyer fights there. And but it seems like their team is kind of going. It's so weird right now. Everyone's kind of doing their own thing, I normally don't like going to B cap like this because I feel like to do anything really productive, you're going to be trading a lot of life. And because of how the cap is shaped, especially from the south side, even from the north side too, you're not really going to be spotting anything. And well, we know one thing, as somebody just said in cap, which is a good point. A and B cap are both being capped, so that means C cap is totally open. Have to be careful though. We don't know where any of the radar ships are. Well, we don't know where the Seattle is, but the Minotaur is also very scary. But he's going against a Gearing and a Grozovoy. Gearing, not too bad. Grozovoy can be very scary, just a lot of HP. But he's just holding it, which isn't that bad either. And this is kind of like what we just did in clan battles. It's not so much about like capping the cap, but if you're just holding the cap, it's really good because they're gonna get A cap. They're gonna get his team's gonna get C cap. So as long as he just holds it, man, he does not rack a discipline though. I would have 100% dumped torps on those battleships. 100. That Kremlin GK, I would have dumped torps right there. He does not rack a discipline. Those guys only have so many places to go. I would have launched torps that way. Oh, well, okay. We have an Alaska that's going to get very aggressive. And there's Grozovoy too. I'd smoke up right here. I would 100% smoke up and just start wrecking that Grozovoy with guns. Might even scare that Gearing away. Wow! That Grozovoy actually backed up far enough. Wow, what a clutch spot. And is it one of those games where it is RIP Alaska though instantly? As long as they had fun, chat. I would have dumped those torps on those battleships though. I mean, he's maybe trying to. I would assume the thought process would be, I'm gonna hold off on the torps just in case I get pushed by the DD. It's Gearing versus Gearing. You're either gonna trade or you're gonna win. Most likely, if you're a decent player, you're gonna beat the average destroyer. I think I would have dumped those out and then, you know, just stalemate it out long enough. So he's probably spotted by the Ibuki. Or no, that Kremlin, because he just fired. You know what? I think Dojo, shoot your torps. You know, it's by holding on to them, they're not doing any damage, right? Like, you maybe save them for a DD, like a DD push. You maybe do. But you know, at that point, it's gonna be so crazy. Just let him go. At least let him try. You could have murdered that Kremlin. Could have murdered that GK, or just pushed him away. Could have maybe even caught the Grozovoy. Who knows? You gotta at least like give him a chance to do damage. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. So, yeah, just throw him out there, and I would be focusing on that GK, or not the GK, the Freddy right there. Put torps on that corner. Yep, because he has to save that DM. Yeah, I mean that's kind of nice right there. Yeah, I would have put torps on the Freddy. 100% he rounds that corner. So now this DM's in a bit of an awkward spot, but hopefully those pay off there. They might. And here, Oh, it looks like you're probably running survive. No, did you pop smoke? I don't think you popped smoke yet. No, you do. You run superintendent. Okay. Yeah, at that point, I would probably just smoke up and farm that Freddy a little bit. So where are they down right now? They just killed the GK. Lottie, Alaska. Oh man, they killed. Oh wow, they killed both those tier 10s. Yamato should help this guy, and DM should be able to alpha him down. Unsure if this. I'm assuming he's smoke, not radar. Uh-oh. Oh, no, this is gonna be... Oh, that's the Grozavoy. Eh. Ooh, nice torps at least. So Grozavoy's pretty nasty. Grozavoy's pretty nasty. They're right here. I mean, you have the gearing behind you. I would have smoked up. I'm lazy, though. Might not even need it. Oh, what is... Okay, never mind. This Grozavoy's not even doing anything. Never mind. Never mind, he just stopped shooting. It was fine. You're good. Never mind. Never mind, you're good. A really good habit to get into for DD versus DD fights, especially if you have support, if you have sport, like you did the rune and the gearing. And what I mean by sport is they're gonna be close enough to spot them if they fire, is baiting them into shooting, and then you smoke up. They're gonna have that 20-second window. You would be amazed how much damage you could pump out DD versus DD in 20 seconds. And that's just only your guns. I wouldn't say you'd probably kill the Grozavoy, but you're talking 20, maybe not 20, but you're talking 10,000, 12,000, 15,000 damage, especially at that close. That's pretty decent. Also, a good thing to learn just by playing destroyers is your firing in smoke range. That's a very important thing to learn. It's based off caliber. Definitely, I would focus on that. Or I would learn those values. I think gearing's 2.7. Just knowing. Bot Grozavoy, he was on a mission. I don't know what it was, but it was a mission. Also, I would have probably shot that Seattle. You have a decent amount of life. Nothing has angles on you. So, personally, what I would have done here is I would actually curl down, which I think he might even be doing. I would have curled down. I would have just probably let that gearing cap it. See, I wouldn't quite do this, but I would have probably curled around south and headed towards C. Because one, we don't know where the Minotaur is, which is our biggest threat right now. Also, the gearing can get us surface spotted. But you're basically gonna get there. I would just go a tad more cautious, I guess, at this point, because you have 15k. If you run into a minnow, you're dead in 3 salvos. And see, you would have had a little bit better setup here. Also, broadside, AP versus AP is really, really good. So this is a little scary right here. This is a little scary. You have the rune as support. So again, a decent little smoke. I would have probably smoked up here. You have this. You have this sport. Dodgel does not like using his smoke. Man, he's getting these DDs to just kind of give up. It's crazy. Oh, the feels bad. He's screwed. He's trying to run now. That guy should have at least tried to trade. Should have at least tried to trade there. Yeah. That was a misplay. He tried to live, but he then continued to fire. Oh! Nice, nice, nice. Need sport. Yeah, that rune helped him out. Rune helped him out, and it scared away the DD. So that's why I would have gone around on the south side instead of pushing through. Because pushing through, you put yourself in an awkward situation. What if the Minotaur would have been right here? What if the other guys would have been ready to fire? You know, it's always like these what ifs. Because you had radio location. It could have been the Ibuki, could have been the DD. We weren't sure at that point. But you don't want to put yourself into a spot that you don't really have an out of, right? You kind of put yourself into a spot you had to fight your way out of. At least in that, you want to rotate south because you're still going to be able to get spots on those guys. but it's going to be safer. It's just safer. I mean, that's just my play style. You know, there's times and places to be aggressive, but at that point in the game, you don't really need to. If you go to south side, you kind of have the same outcome. And it really got lucky that nothing really had shots and he didn't really have any support. Not being able, and being the only one spotted. Who cares though? Because at that side again, he had the Mogami on the other side, so the Mogami probably would have spotted him. Also, you had the rune there. It's really important. Main thing about this game is really not dying. So overall, solid game, and good game. Good game. I would have done probably just a couple things different. Main thing you'd probably take away would be just like, I don't know, throwing those torps out, getting those torps out, letting them do work. There's no reason to hang on to those torps. Let them get out there and try to hit something. I'd say that would be probably the biggest thing from that. Also, maybe play a little bit cautious at the one time. You got a little bit lucky that things weren't focused on that middle part. But yeah, gotta be gotta just let your torps do something. They'll hit things. People tend to drive in straight lines. You'll hit them. You smoke, yeah. I mean, the DD just kind of gave up. But overall, GG's though. That was a good kind of learning scenario there of letting your torps do the damage. But good game overall. GG's.